Hello. G'day. I am back with a late stream. I am like an hour late to stream, unfortunately. I had a shift that went on longer than normal, so yeah. So yeah, I had a shift go on longer than normal. So here I am. We are going to be playing more Limbus Company. And why the hell do I have so much in Keflin? Anyway, let's go to you. Back to Reading Simulator. Wait, what? No, I don't know what's going on with that. Go to you. Wait, no. Hold you. Damn it. It's support. Go to you. And you. What? You're not wrong. Probably. Also, welcome to the stream. Yep, let's just go. Into the battle. Yay, the notification works. I spent way too long on that thing. And the damn audio looped, and I am not fixing it. I don't know. Skip that. We have already read this yesterday. We read all that. Well, technically still today for me, because I haven't slept. Because I've done 2 night shifts in a row. Okay, so I somewhat remember what was going on now. Ryoshu, get ready to murder your family members. Who's the victim? You are. That's unfortunate for me. You know what? I'm not going to follow the prescript with you. You can do that. Yield my flesh. No, that would definitely win. No, that would definitely win. That would also win, damn it. I can't yield my flesh anytime soon. Okay, all of them are struggling. Defense. Neutral. Wait, so... we're attacking them all, aren't we? Okay, no, we're not attacking him. So, Faust, attack. Go. And you lost it, damn it. Oh yeah, completely forgot we had Ezra and stuff fighting with us. Larper. While I'm yielding her flesh, she claims my bones. The user yields their own flesh to claim the enemy's bones. Yeah. Come on, Faust. At least Don won. That's better than nothing. Also, welcome to the stream, welcome. I'm just gonna move my mic so you can hopefully hear me better. I'll turn up game audio a bit as well. The knowledge of how to flip a coin was lost to Faust when she put part of her brain in fascia. Yeah, that's probably a good explanation. That one's weirder. What are you doing? And okay, so I can ignore that, but I cannot ignore any of that. Big Bro Heathcliff. Let me think. No. Yeah, that's favored. Hopeless. I'm not gonna miss this, Faust. Dominating. That. Okay, yeah, they're definitely gonna get a hit in, unfortunately. That sucks. Well, time to kill another one of your family members. Ryoshu. So who's gonna get hit? Okay, it's gonna be Ezra. It's fine. It's fine, I don't care about Ezra. Ezra can get hit all she wants. Why do I have a message? No, it's just a notice. Why do I get stream pings? I'm just gonna remove stream pings and notifications for stuff. There we go. I should get no pings on my own Discord now. I no longer have to suffer notifications for when I start streaming. And he won. And dodged. Yeah, I'm not sorry at all. I hope you're forgotten, whoever you were. And now we have you. Unopposed, struggling. I guess attack that. You neutral, dominating. Favored. Favored, damn it. Favored. Hello Dom, welcome to the stream. And I need to quickly ban someone. Ban. Wait, can I give badges? No. Okay, okay, what was I... Wait, what was I doing? Damn it, I love it when I get completely sidetracked. Okay, you need to be clashed, and you need to be clashed. Struggling, hopeless. Well, let's get a dodge. And Ryoshu. Rend space. Clashing. Yes, clashing is the form of attack. And you go against that. Yeah. That should be good. And you attack that. Wait, why does Ezra have so much damn health? I know she's tall, but still. And there we go. Gotta love Ryoshu's damage. Come on, big bro Heathcliff. Come on, yes. She's tall and fat. True, so I guess her body mass translated into health. And failed dodge. You deserved that. And we've unlocked Shin. glows like a pillow. Made of making a squishy toy noise. Yeah. Oh, photo. Well, we're back to reality. And we're fighting more Class 2 staff. And Flash Phenomenon Projector. Do you do anything? I'm not going to bother to read. I'm a Limbus Company fan. We don't read. Who is the prescript? Prescript will not be followed. You know what? Commence jumping of this one man, because fuck him. And attack that, I guess. Honestly, it's really just a bad day for these Class 2 employees. Like, seriously, it's kind of just horrible luck. Another one down. Barely any damage at all. You two can attack that, and everyone else is just jumping the projector. Everybody jump the projector. We are taking this projector down no matter what. Damn, his damage absorption is massive. Clear. And a new photo. And we're fighting developed memories. Okay. Okay, that's being clashed and nothing else. Oh no, these two are getting clashed. We can ignore them. Yes, finally, a helpless clash. How long have we been waiting for that? How long have we been waiting for a helpless clash? Since the fight began. We can finally yield our flesh. And continue attacking. Ryoshi's turn. Ryoshi's turn again. There we go. Flesh has been yielded to claim their bones. Not the most damage, but it's still pretty good that I actually managed to trigger it for once. That's the first time I've actually done it. We have successfully yielded our flesh. Clear. We have unlocked Furioso. Or Furioso Replica. Dominating. 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 I do not think I would enjoy using those arms. being ripped forward by your arms does not sound nice at all. It sounds very, very much painful. And there we go. Not a lot, but it's still pretty good. I may start triggering egos soon, though. Soon, I mean next round, I am definitely triggering egos. Also, it is not just my vtuber that's this still, I am literally sitting this still. IRL. And Ezra, using her massive wrench. The mask has come off. I shall see my form alight. I shall set my form alight. Oh, damn it. Just a little more, and I think we might be able to smash the damn Sing to smithereens, but... yeah, but it's really hard to focus on one Sing with that huge warrior zapping in and out of reality as soon as we make ourselves an opening. It'd make our lives a whole lot easier if we could just get rid of just one of them. The battle seemed to be taking a toll on the sinners more so than usual. Of course, they're being ripped between two battle zones. I mean, hell, if I was being ripped between two battle zones, no matter how strong I am, I'm gonna get a bit exhausted. Because no two fight is alike. It wasn't that we weren't up against an insurmountable foe, not even close, not to mention how Ezra and Ungdu were here to help us out. But, haven't they had enough about time give up in it? Oi, don't you go legging it again. That big sword carrying fella sure is kicking our butts, but I don't know if they're the key to solving this distortion. We ain't exactly flush with options, are we? Our exit's blocked, and it ain't like we can stop mid-fight to stargaze. With the battlefield constantly shifting and flashing between N-Corp and S-Corp, we simply did not have the breathing room to focus on either the projector or whoever that is, who was swinging the Great Blade with frightening force. Besides... yo, he's here, the goat. Ungdu, go cover his back too. It shall be done. N-Corp was sending far too many people against us. There weren't that many at first, but it seems that the sudden spike in employee casualties in an area so close to the nest has alerted N-Corp to our location. How do we get out of this? Faust, Otis, help me out here. I decided to stop racking my brain trying to navigate a situation I knew so little about, and instead rely on sinners with possibly more experience in the field. First, I need to know if there any way we can deal with the endless reinforcements N-Corp is sending after us. And second, will defeating Imgyeopo or destroying the projector bring an end to this distortion phenomenon? If I may speak freely, Executive Manager, it is unlikely that our present force will be significantly overcome the current rate of enemy reinforcements. Not only is this battle situation in close proximity to the enemy stronghold, but there is an unpredictable variable in the strange machine that makes neutralizing even a single wave of enemies difficult. I regret to be the bearer of bad news, but we are trapped in a battle with not a single exit which the enemy has already blocked. Without reinforcements of our own, there is little hope of prevailing through this current predicament. Yeah, seems that way to me too. But maybe if we can neutralize the distortion phenomenon at the very least. Faust recommends entering the Dungeon of the Phasms as our exit. Dungeon of the Phasms? But how can I enter if we can't even talk to the distortion? Wait, maybe. During the LCB regular checkup back at the LCE, he says that all you have to do is read what's on the note in front of his distortion. Apparently it's some kind of a code. Right, keywords. This one seems to be a location type distortion, which means regardless of where the bright flashes take us N-Corp or the twisted caricature of S-Corp, we're still within its range. In other words, as long as I have the right keyword, I can summon an entrance to its dungeon of the Phasms from anywhere within it. Okay, so what are the keywords for this distortion then? Hoheim had provided us with the necessary keyword for his distortion back then, but this time we had to figure it out on our own. First things first, one of them has to be photography. It's obviously been present through the entire phenomenon. If I may perhaps experience may be one of them. Yisang put his 2 cents in, having briefly retreated from the battle to the back lines. There is an undercurrent of obsession with experience staining his every trail. It must have aught in relation to what has caused his distortion. Experience, the concept alone lacks substance. It must be something more grounded, something that is at once synonymous with experience, while maintaining a sort line on N-Corp's technology that was the core of the obsession. Canned experiences. Most likely, thinks Faust. Alright then, photography, canned experience. Naught seems to transpire as of yet. It didn't, but I could feel it. Are these the kind of photos that can make canned experiences? So that's what the strange sensation was. Mentioning the word shook the distortion and caused the rippling effect. But it was clearly not enough to force open the Dungeon of the Phasms. How many other keywords could there be? Scraps. Sorry? Oh, I thought we were all taking turns sharing what might cause him to distort. And going by the way you folks were saying your pieces, one after another, I thought it was to be some sort of Zen riddle. Not a Zen riddle, no, but where'd scraps come from? See, when enjoying the benefits of slacking off at work, all kinds of mundanities come to possess far more interesting qualities, sometimes even revealing secrets invisible to eyes focused elsewhere. Take our person of interest, to wit, he has been poking around this area of town with an eye-wateringly expensive camera in town, so conspicuously that every store owner I'd lightly prodded for information had tales to tell about him. Each tale added another facet to the long saga of once-driven man, a man with a can-do attitude, an uncanny ability to pull himself up by his own bootstraps and clear path towards the nest residence, who became so bewitched by photography that he eventually squandered his fortune on what was, in the end, nothing more than a pastime. And that went on until he found himself reduced to a pauper barrel making rent on a scrap heap of an apartment. In pursuit of his ideality, the man has lost grip of fortune and reality. I sought out his apartment and found a few scraps of his writing. When cold rain drips through the roof, when mold and tepid humidity together encroach from the earth, the mind begins to wander lost. Eventually madness is evoked in a form indistinguishable from drunkenness. The paper loses itself. A shadow darker than any I'd ever seen on Kim's face crept beneath the shadow of his eyes. Yeah, he's probably been reminded of his distortion, let's be honest. Because, definitely bloody similar. I'll give it that. Gotta check something. No, it would be more accurate to say that I had heard it in his voice that echoed in his spasms, distorted by guilt and regret. Perhaps I shouldn't be surprised by the fact that this distortion has, among the countless people here, taken a particular interest in bamboo-hatted Kim. Photography can experiences and scraps. Like inserting a final piece of the puzzle, the space between us momentary wrapped and flashed, opening a pathway to distortion's phasms. Well then, we will be right behind you, Executive Manager. Yes, Resret, this is what I have seen then, the gateway to one's phasms. Hey, this is it, huh? Neat stuff. But, before she could finish, Ezra had to redirect her focus from our discussion back to the battle. Most of the sinners were caught in the same predicament, so managed to disengage from the battle and prepare to enter the Dungeon of Phasms, but Honglu, Gregor, and several others were still busy holding off the N-Corp employees. They're gonna follow us right in there if we run now, right? Probably. Even though who aren't chained to Dante like we are can travel through the path once it's open, so yeah, let's not drive ourselves into an even narrower corner. I'll keep them at bay. Hearing that, bamboo-hatted Kim stepped up. My sword arm's not what it once was, but it should be enough for this. Besides, I have little wish to set foot in some ill-omened place and be tangled in such a bizarre mess. Is that really what he thinks? There was something in his eyes that led me to believe this was about more than just staying behind to protect our rear. He was... What the fuck? Huh? What a terrible front. Oh. At least try to pretend to be sincere and make it easy for us to believe you. Did you think that terrible excuse was going to fly? What are you trying to avoid, sword swinger? You're not some kid trying to get out of doing his homework. I remember hearing that entering a dungeon of the phasms will bring one to the spiritual phasms the distortion is gazing into. Then what lies within must be my very own, but that is what the abomination is gazing into. It's decided then, you're coming with us. We ain't about to walk into blind to a place we know shit about, mate. Guide us in there, yeah? What? G'day, Yomu the Half Phantom. Welcome to the stream. Oh, that's... He keeps it simple. You try that too. Learning the hard way, the homework like summer reading does go away just because you don't look at it. It's still there even as the summer break comes to an end, running the last day of your vacation into an all-nighter. We are throwing rocks at the passerby. Yeah. Arashiki scabbard vibrates cheerfully in agreement. Stop procrastinating. Go do your summer reading. What was it you said? Face the homework, save the GPA? Face the sin, save the ego. Faust does not seem pleased at all by that. It is after all the attitude that the company expects of its employees. Go, Junior. You guys too, LCB. I can handle them all on my own. You will make a long stand? Hey, who the heck do you think I am, huh? I'll show you why Team Leader Moses felt safe sending me out alone with you guys. This was basically a monster of the week situation for Team Leader, and me back in our duo days, I could handle him on my own, no problem. I wanted to see how you guys handled the inflection point, but I guess you can never really have it all. Ah well, guess I'll just have to trust our two Osiri team newbies to handle that. Now that I think about it, I think I'm setting a pretty solid example as your team senior, aren't I? I don't like this, but it seems that I have no choice in the matter as long as this employee card hangs from my chest. With a sigh, Kim shook his head and joined us, dragging his feet all the way. I shall take the vanguard. Mentor, be warned that the entrance is floating. Take a tall step over, or you may trip. I can clearly see that, Undo. Bring me a ladder if you're really that worried. Why don't you? Have you need of one? Part of me wonders if Ongdu's autistic or something, considering how literal she takes stuff. A mere jest, you needn't worry. Well, we can finally unlock the damn Honglo thing. The free identity. Check up rewards. There we go. Exchange. Haven't I warned you already? I didn't get to read it. Haven't I warned you already? Jump as it may, a flea can't escape the hand closing over it. There we go. And the rest of it goes to that. Back to you, sinners. Edit. Bring out the new identity. S-Corp, gotta level you up. Damn it, all I can bring you up to is level 30. Do that. And do that. Alright, be nice, Nobby, and come on out so I can tie you up like the convict you are. Let me keep the... Damn it. Well, off to read all this. It's just up ahead, young man. Soon we shall find ourselves past the border of the T-Court back streets. What happened to everyone else? All snared by the Shinokos, those vile wrenches. Sir, behind you, look behind you. Gotcha. It is well into the last hour of the night, only a few minutes after the night of the back streets has passed. The child, hot on the heel of the two residents who had chosen to use that precious hour as cover to flee S-Corp, threw a heavy lasso at one of them. The lasso was made from ropes called ora, or scalet bonds. The fugitive fell to the ground helplessly and was soon dragged before the child. No. Forget about me and flee, go. The fugitive shouted in a desperate attempt to at least get the boy out of there, but the child was a Shunoku, and Shunokus never hunt alone. Unlike the royal censors, who act under royal decree, are fixers, each serving their own interests. And when the hunt begins, they form pacts with those among their ranks who stand to gain from the same pursuit. Can I trust you to handle the kid? Of course. I thought we had lost you in the maze of the alley. I commend your tenacity for what it's worth. I hate to break it to you, but these parts are a common escape route for you fugitives. So thank you. Thanks to you, I can navigate this entire network of alleys with my eyes closed. And you're proud of that? Proud? No, it's got nothing to do with pride. I've just been here enough times to know it like the back of my hand. Those seeing a way out of S-Corp didn't have that many options, which made their routes rather predictable. They would often make for the borders between districts where their hunters know they are likely to turn up. In the cover of dark alleyways and narrow spaces between collapsed walls and within abandoned homes, where those with nowhere else to hide go find what little refuge they are offered. There was no mistaking it. The fugitives fleeing their homeland already knew that these were the places the Chukru were keen to look. But it wasn't like they had any alternatives. There weren't any other places to go anyway. I've already given up any hope of seeing S-Corp change for the better. I've given up. I no longer care about its current state of affairs. All we want is to put this place behind us, never look back. Yet you still pursue us with such doggedness. Why? Because it pays to bring you in, and who knows, maybe I'll land a big fish and climb my way up the ladder. There's something I've been wondering for a while, actually. Why does your kind flee? Do you actually expect something to change? There's nothing for you in other districts. You think your life improve once you make it to a different wing? The wings are all the same. There's nothing your penniless, powerless people can do to better your lives. thrash and struggle from within, flee to a different wing without, but nothing will change. Why do they flee, knowing the risk to their lives? What could possibly motivate them? The child failed to understand the drive behind the desperation to flee, and he never will. You think we're fleeing in search of warmth and safety, in search of home, nay, in search of anything? Wrong, we've grown too weary to hope, to spend, to expect even the faintest turn towards better days. We only seek to be free from this hell. Free of this awful hell that will reave us of our families, our neighbours, and eventually our lives. Be careful what you wish for, because you might find an even worse hell at the end of your journey. Well, he already has. And maybe so, a life more horrid than this may indeed await us. But to us who wish for nothing save liberty, the uncertainty of tomorrow is a peril we would take with wailing hearts. Somewhat unhappy with the resident's cryptic reply, the child stopped chatting with the captive Nobby. And the captive too fell quiet, eyes turned towards the direction where the Nobby's boy had fled. After an indeterminate amount of time spent in silence, the other Chukuru returned, but instead of welcoming his return, the child responded with a click of his tongue when he noticed that his pair came back empty-handed, evidently having lost the boy. Where's the boy? Got stopped by some new upstart syndicate, said I was to cough up a toll if I wanted to get past them. That can't be helped, I guess. We're running a business after all. No need to incur unnecessary expenses. As they were preparing to return the nobbers, the child noticed something that soured his mood. It was the look of the captive's Nobby's face, a smile. The child frowned, puzzled by the fugitive's strange cheer. Surely he knew that this treatment would only grow harsher once he was dragged back. What could he possibly be smirking about? Curious, the child tugged on the scale bond tied to the fugitive and asked, "That boy who got away, he's just a stranger to you, isn't he? He's not even your kin. You do know you're going to punish you once you take back, right? For all that effort, all you managed was to help just one other person escape, so tell me, whatever are you smiling for?" The child's query was met with another quiet smile. What that smile carried, this child would never understand. The choice to sacrifice oneself for another? I'm not sure. There we go. And I can up-tie again. Sure. Let's max him, why not? There we go. Drive. Stages. A dungeon. It's been a long time since I've seen one of those. Anyway, I know the stream has been short. I just feel like I'm gonna pass out asleep. Thank you all for coming. I have been clutchskelly, and I hope to see you all next time. Tomorrow I'll be starting at the original normal time, like 7 or 6 a.m. Hopefully 6 a.m. And I'm just going to quickly claim that. Goodbye.